Right now, the head of the Wisconsin National Guard is resigning as an investigation finds repeated mishandling of sexual assault complaints.
And if you're considering a trip to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl, we have expert advice on how to get the best travel package deals.
Plus, a local pizzeria is consolidating. We'll hear from the owner about why he thinks Madison area restaurants are having a hard time hiring and keeping employees.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us. There could be some slick spots on our roads as temperatures drop tonight.
And overnight wind chills could be below zero as well. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has your first alert forecast.
You know, we had a band of snow come through this afternoon. And fortunately for us, it was weakening as it moved on through. If you saw the CBS Evening News, this is the same band of snow that caused a 50-car pileup near Des Moines earlier this afternoon. But the storm weakened as it pushed through southern Wisconsin. There was a little freezing drizzle mixed in there as well. And now you can see those temperatures falling. Milwaukee's still at 38, but Madison's down to 28. And temperatures are in the teens near the Mississippi River. And with brisk winds gusting to 35 to 40 miles per hour, we're seeing wind chills now down around zero near the Mississippi River. So the cold air is spreading in. That could cause some icy road surfaces tonight, as well as very cold conditions the next couple of days. Look for skies to clear out overnight. Temperatures will be down into the upper teens or upper single digits and lower teens by morning. Look for high temperatures tomorrow only around 18. And looks like the cold weather will continue into Wednesday. I'll have more details on a warm up at the end of the week later on in weather.
The general for the Wisconsin National Guard has resigned after a federal investigation into the Guard showed systemic failures in how it handled sexual misconduct claims.
Governor Tony Evers announced this today after investigators briefed head lawmakers on the report. Amy Reed joins us now to explain what other changes the governor is expecting from the Guard. Amy?
General Don Dunbar is just one piece of this, albeit a key one, according to Evers. Investigators went through a lot of information and talked to people all over the state to come to their recommendations. Evers put those in an executive order today. He's requiring the Guard create a corrective action plan for preventing this misconduct. The Guard will also have to establish a new office that will help survivors of assault and people who claim retaliation for coming forward. Evers said he's extremely upset and concerned with what investigators found, saying, quote, "Our service members deserve to be safe and supported while carrying out their important mission, which is why I've ordered the Wisconsin National Guard to implement top-to-bottom changes." He said new leadership is needed to make these changes. He put a brigadier general in charge in the interim, though Dunbar doesn't finish until the end of the year.
A driver is facing his first OWI charge after a crash in Fitchburg this morning. This happened at 710 at Lacey Road and South Cyene Road. Officials from Fitchburg Police confirmed the driver failed to stop at a stop sign, crashing into another car. A third vehicle was also involved. One driver had minor injuries.
A Waukesha South high school student faces 5 charges, including 1 felony, after allegedly bringing a pellet gun to school and pointing it at police officers.
Your actions caused terror to the students of Waukesha South, to the teachers at Waukesha South, to the parents of students at Waukesha South.
18-year-old Tyrone Smith was shot after officers say he ignored their commands. An 11-year veteran with the Waukesha Police Department fired 3 shots. Smith was hit twice in the arm, once in the leg. Smith was charged with making terrorist threats, possession of a dangerous weapon at school, among other charges. He's set to appear in court again on December 17th. In Oshkosh, the school resource officer who reportedly shot the student who stabbed him last week has been released from the hospital. Officer Michael Wissink was given a police escort home this morning. A 16-year-old was arrested on charges of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Parents at Oshkosh West were also notified today that a magazine for a law enforcement weapon was found in the snow outside the school. It belonged to an officer who had responded to the incident last week. The Badgers are heading to Pasadena to again play in the Rose Bowl.
It is a great way for them to start the new year, and if you want to go, we've got some travel options for you. Jamie Perez shares how you can head to the game to cheer them on. Jamie?
All right, so we have 2 options for you. One is the Wisconsin Alumni Association and the other the Burkhalter Travel Agency. Both of them are offering package deals that range from about $1,500 to $3,800, just depending on what you want in your experience there. Here's a look at some of those options. For the first time in 7 years, the Badgers are headed to the Rose Bowl. And if you're thinking about going to cheer them on, there are several package deals being offered.
So everything from the game day tailgate to New Year's Eve events, pep rally, it's all included.
The Wisconsin Alumni Association is bringing about 1,500 people with them. They have several package deals available. Many of them are already sold out. But for what's left, you've got a few options.
It depends upon how many nights you want to stay, what you want to add on to your package, and what hotel you want to stay at.
Their packages include plane tickets, transportation while you're there, hotel accommodations, tickets to the welcome event, the pregame event, souvenirs, and more.
I think the best deal is being there for 4 nights, because if you're going to go all the way out to Los Angeles, you want to take in everything.
Tickets to the game are not included on these prices, but tickets can be added. The Burkhalter Travel Agency is also offering several package deals.
Sure. All of the packages are 4-night programs with flights, charter flights, nonstop flights from Madison or Milwaukee. You have a choice of a hotel, either a downtown hotel, a Santa Monica hotel, or a Hollywood hotel.
Their packages include transportation while you're there and a ticket to the game. You can also add on a ticket to the parade and tailgate party.
The most popular out of the 3 hotels, though, is the one in Santa Monica, and that's $200 more. But it's the most popular because it is 4 blocks from the ocean.
So far, they've sold about 80 tickets and say they don't have a cap on the number of people they can take with them. So a lot of options to choose from there. There are links on our website at channel3000.com if you're interested in booking through either of those agencies.
All right, we've got the options. We just got to go. Jamie, thank you.
Now, if you're interested in making a several-day-long road trip out to the game, AAA says we are seeing cheaper gas prices because demand has mostly decreased and stocks have mostly increased since the end of October. The national average, $2.57 a gallon. Wisconsin's average, 15 cents cheaper. Madison's average is below the state average at $2.39. AAA expects gasoline stocks to continue to grow and drive prices lower through the end of the year.
A date has been set for a meeting to determine whether tens of thousands of state employees will get a 2% raise. The raise passed the legislature's Finance Committee in May, but the Joint Committee on Employment Relations still has to approve it. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos and Senate President Roger Roth have set a meeting date of December 18th. The Shank Atwood Starkweather Yahara, or Sassy neighborhood, is campaigning to help Jennifer Street Market keep its current location on the corner of Jennifer and Division Streets. The local grocery store currently rents space from Shep's Ice Cream, a business that filed for receivership, an alternative to bankruptcy, earlier this year. The funds raised in the campaign, started by the Sassy Business Development Association, will enhance the owner's bid to buy the property.
It's been the greatest compliment that I have ever had, having all these people, not only, wishing us the best at our pursuit on this, but actually, opening up their pocketbooks, and I think it's just been utterly terrific.
The neighborhood has a fundraising goal of $100,000 by December 15th, and we'll have information on where to donate on our website, channel3000.com.
Another Madison restaurant is downsizing, blaming staffing shortages.
The Roman Candle Pizzeria is closing 2 of its 4 locations, saying it just can't function like it used to. Amanda Quintana is here with how a lack of local workers has caused a day-to-day struggle.
The Fitchburg and the Monroe Street locations will be closing this week and next week, but the original locations here for almost 15 years on Willie Street and on Parmenter Street in Middleton will stay open. At this point, the owner says consolidating his staff was the only option.
Making fresh local pizza with local ingredients was really exciting at the time and has sustained us for the last 15 years.
But now those pizzas just can't support all 4 Roman Candle locations anymore. Owner and founder Brewer Stauffer says it's time to consolidate after not being able to hire enough staff, but knowing he's not alone.
There are so many more restaurants hiring all the time now. If you drive down any street in Madison, you see now hiring signs. You didn't see that 5 years ago.
He says the issue is that there just aren't people looking for the kinds of jobs he's offering. And with so many open jobs out there, employees get the chance to bounce from job to job.
In the old days, people were grateful to have that job, and they knew that they could lose it if they didn't do a really good, if they didn't try really hard. Nowadays, it's so easy to get other jobs that you see a lot of people just what's called no call, no show. you have a lot of newer employees who, they try it for a little bit and they just move on really quickly.
That lack of staffing has even led him to have to deliver pizzas many times this fall. Every day, a constant struggle to keep the business running.
You have the managers often stepping in to fill in for employees that don't show up. Then you have owners or senior managers doing the job of shift managers. But then who's making sure all the bills get paid on time and payroll gets processed? Who's making sure that the hiring posts are out? So who's doing the marketing? All the things that, the owners and senior managers need to be doing, those things kind of get pushed to the wayside just to kind of keep going one more day.
Over the last 3 years, this has become the new normal, a cycle that's become too exhausting for this small business owner.
You got to put these babies on eBay, sadly.
The good news is no employees are losing their jobs. They will all transfer to the Willie Street and Middleton locations. So Stauffer hopes that a focus on transportation and affordable housing can turn this issue around and get more workers living here in Madison.
All right, we'll keep our eyes on this. Yeah. Thank you.
Next at 6, as the temperatures drop, local homeless shelters are offering emergency services to keep people safe and warm. That story after the break.
Local homeless shelters are under a cold weather emergency for tonight, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. That means anyone who is over their 90-day limit at the men's or women's shelter is able to stay the night and escape the cold. The Beacon Day Shelter will have a shuttle service from their facility on East Washington Avenue to those shelters to limit exposure to the cold as much as possible. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Beacon will have hot coffee and warm meals available. A safety reminder as you're putting up your holiday decorations, Christmas trees should be kept at least 3 feet away from fireplaces or heaters. According to the National Fire Protection Association, trees have been the source of about 160 home fires each year between 2013 and 2017. Of those, 25% were due to a heat source being too close and 44% were the result of electrical issues. A reminder from Ready, Wisconsin to water real trees daily and inspect your holiday lights each year, replacing worn or broken strands and loose bulb connections.
The holiday season is here, of course, and so is the temptation to overspend. News 3 Now's Josh Sprider is working on a story to help you avoid those January blues.
Hi, everyone. We're learning more about just how much overspending this holiday season could cost you. The National Retail Federation says the average shopper will spend more than $1,000 for Christmas. That's 4% more than last year. Consumers 35 to 44 years old are more likely to spend the most during the holiday season. Sue Peck just couldn't stand to look at her family's finances after Christmas, so she decided to make a change.
For me, it was always this underlying what's going to happen at the end of all of this? Because I still have 2 more weeks and I still have all these people that I need to buy things for. And
tonight on News 3 Now at 10, Sue shares some of what she's learned by starting to track her finances, and I'll break down the best ways to create a budget you'll actually stick to avoid that holiday spending hangover. I'll see you guys tonight at 10 o'clock.
The Baraboo Fire Department is celebrating the new members it's gained in 2019. They posted photos on Facebook welcoming these little ones into the fire family. 5 members of the fire and rescue team will be celebrating baby's first holiday season. Coming up in sports, Badger Jonathan Taylor is looking to earn his 2nd national award this week for top running back. Kevin Lewis has a preview.
And bundle up, the temps will be much colder tomorrow and Wednesday, plus another chance for snow later this week. Gary will have your complete First Alert forecast next.
Get on.
For an accurate forecast you can trust, watch First Alert Weather.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us now. We've got a changing forecast.
We do. Fortunately, we didn't get some of the snow that they had out to the west. It was just a quick hitting band of snow, but you can see on Doppler track that line of snow showers that moved through pretty quickly across Iowa and then weakened as it pushed across Wisconsin and northern Illinois. This band of snow caused a 50-car pileup near Des Moines, Iowa earlier today, as it caused near zero visibility in a brief burst of heavy snow. But things are winding down right now. You can see on the time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville, they started out with dense fog this morning. Then the fog started to thin out, and then you can watch that little burst of snow come through. This is about 1:30 in the afternoon. It lasted for about maybe 10 minutes, and then boom, it moved on through. And there were actually a few breaks in the overcast right before sunset, but skies will remain mostly cloudy through at least the first part of the night. As we clear out later on tonight, that will allow the temperatures to really drop off. So 3 things you need to know. Colder weather for tomorrow and Wednesday. Look for high temperatures only in the teens and nighttime low temperatures, perhaps in the single digits to around 10 degrees with wind chills down to 10 below zero. It'll be milder on Thursday with high temperatures back in the lower 30s. There could be a chance for some light snow showers or flurries. A better chance of light snow comes on Saturday with temperatures turning colder in the afternoon as the storm system develops just to the east, and we're kind of on the western fringes of it. Alert days are in the forecast for tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday. There could be some slippery road surfaces in areas that got some snow, as well as areas that had wet roads that are going to turn icy pretty quickly as temperatures drop off. And by morning, we could be looking at wind chills down to 10 below zero. Tomorrow will be a much colder day with high temperatures only in the upper teens, wind chills at times around zero through the day, and then wind chills down to 10 below zero again by Wednesday morning with very cold high temperatures only in the middle teens. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. The snow is gone from southern Wisconsin. High today 41, the low 27. But that's where we are now. We've been falling pretty much through the latter part of the afternoon. So it's been a quick drop in temperatures. Winds out of the west-northwest at 17 miles per hour, dropping our wind chill to 14 degrees. And while temperatures are still above freezing near Lake Michigan, they're already in the single digits just south of the Twin Cities and below zero over western Minnesota. You factor in the winds. First, the temperature change, about 20 to 25 degree temperature drop. And then look at the wind chills right now. Already below zero through much of Iowa and Minnesota. Wind chills at times down to about 10 to 20 below zero over western Minnesota. On Weather Track, this weather system will zip by pretty quickly, the one that brought us the brief burst of snow. But you can see the sky is already starting to clear out to the west. So that will allow colder temperatures to move in, and as well as a secondary shot of cold air behind that front. Notice International Falls, Minnesota already down to 1 below zero, and our temperatures have dropped off quite a bit just in the afternoon. So for tonight, look for skies to start out cloudy. Then we'll turn clear toward morning. It'll be breezy and colder. Low dropping to 10, wind chills down to 10 below zero by morning. For tomorrow, a mostly sunny day, but it'll be much colder. High temperature only at 18. Winds won't be too brisk, but enough to keep wind chills around zero for part of the day. On Future Track, the skies will clear out for tonight. That will allow temperatures to drop into the teens and single digits. For tomorrow, look for highs only in the upper teens. Then tomorrow night, with clear to partly cloudy skies, low temperatures will drop into the single digits. On Wednesday, we're back to sunny skies. High temperatures, though, only in the teens. 7 to 10 day forecast. You can see those temperatures back up into the 30s for Thursday and Friday. Then falling temperatures on Saturday. Next week looks pretty quiet with temperatures just slightly below normal.
2 Badgers might bring home a total of 3 trophies at this week's College Football Awards. Let's do that sports thing after this break.
News
A rare Monday of taking our foot off the football gas pedal and talking some hoops. Now, the Wisconsin men's basketball team is a lot like the football squad. They both have taking care of the ball at the top of their lists. And Wisconsin's been doing that over the past 2 games. 3 second-half turnovers against North Carolina State, 4 total against Indiana. Head coach Greg Gard said the key to decreasing turnovers is actually increasing the pace of play so you don't think so much.
Sometimes when you're more aggressive, you make less mistakes than when you're hesitant, tentative, indecisive. At those times, you make more mistakes. So I think some of it has been us at finding the right speed for us to drive, so to speak. And this group, really probably needs to play a little faster and make them more aggressive. And they're built to play that way.
It's sort of like the Heisman Trophy for centers, the Remington Trophy, and Wisconsin's Tyler Biadasz is one of 3 finalists. The junior has started all 40 games he's played in his Wisconsin career. He's also a finalist for the Outland Trophy, given to the nation's best interior lineman. Jonathan Taylor, not a finalist for the Heisman Trophy, but he is shooting for his 2nd straight Doak Walker Award, given to the nation's best running back. JT23 became the 7th player in FBS history to crack the 6,000-yard rushing mark. He would be the first back-to-back winner since Darren McFadden in 2006 and 2007. The College Football Awards show Thursday at 6 on ESPN. The Wisconsin volleyball team brushed aside Illinois State and UCLA to advance to the Sweet 16. They didn't look like a team that's looking ahead to a possible Final Four appearance. Head coach Kelly Sheffield said earning a Big Ten title helped shape the team's mentality of living in the now.
You get in the NCAA tournament, there was a little bit of familiarity with having to turn that around so quickly. The looking ahead, you don't. This conference, any single team is going to be able to beat you, and so if you're not locked in on every match that's in front of you, you're going to get burned.
Matt LaFleur is off to the best start ever for a Packers rookie head coach in franchise history, but don't mention names like Lombardi and McCarthy when he's in the room. LaFleur thought about that for about 0 seconds after Sunday's win over Washington. He said he was upset with himself after the less-than-sexy 20-15 win and went straight to his office.
So I went up there and started watching the tape. So I just know that we're not where we want to be as a football team. I still think I'm optimistic that we can get there with the same approach that we take every week, and that's to beat the Chicago Bears.
If you didn't know who Megan Rapinoe was before the Women's World Cup, you do now. And today she was named Sports Illustrated's Sports Person of the Year. The U.S. captain led the red, white, and blue to the World Cup title. While speaking in favor of equal pay and women's rights, she won the Golden Boot by tallying 6 goals in that World Cup tournament. If I had any hair, I might err on the side of purple. I like that.
We can make that happen.
Well, could. Wow, Gary's here, everybody.
No thanks. No thanks. Well, temperatures continue to drop. We're down to 27 in Madison. To the west, temperatures are already in the teens near the Mississippi River. Look at those wind chills, already down to around 0 close to the Mississippi River. So temperatures are going to be on the cold side the next couple of days. Some light snow chances toward the end of the week, and then quiet for much of next week.
Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 2 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.